Hunter's redemption arc works because it isn't dramatic, it's psychological. He doesn't just switch sides, he has to unlearn who he was raised to be. His arc isn't about becoming good, it's about dismantling indoctrination, confronting guilt, and rebuilding an identity that was never truly his. What makes Hunter tragic isn't just that he was abused, it's that he was raised in a system that taught him to interpret his abuse as undeniable proof that he wasn't good enough, that he needed to be fixed. Hunter was raised inside a closed belief system that trained him to reinterpret abuse as love, punishment as growth, and obedience as identity. It was the system, not just the abuser. Bellows didn't just mistreat Hunter, he built a structure around him. He built hierarchy, ranks, titles, the golden guard, divine purpose. Obedience framed as honor. Hunter wasn't just scared, he was trained. Trained to believe authority equals morality, doubt equals weakness, and disobedience equals betrayal. When you're raised inside of a closed belief system, you don't think you're trapped, you think you're chosen. That's how institutions maintain control. When a system controls information, isolates members, reframes punishment as necessary growth, and makes leaving feel like a failure, you don't just get fear, you get internalized compliance. Hunter doesn't obey because he's weak. He obeys because the system trained him to equate obedience with survival. That's cult conditioning logic. This is the part that destroys me. Pain was reframed as a personal failure. Hunter doesn't just experience punishment, he internalizes it. Every time he fails, he assumes he deserved the consequence. He disappointed someone sacred. He assumes he's flawed. Over time, the brain connects pain with I did something wrong, approval with I'm safe, and usefulness with I'm finally worthy. That's why he panics when he messes up. That's why he spirals after a hollow mind. It's not because he's weak, but because his entire identity is built on conditional approval. That's one of the most devastating things about Hunter. Not that he was hurt, but that he believes he deserved it. That belief doesn't come from one moment. It comes from repeated reinforcement. Eventually, when the brain connects pain with I did something wrong, that creates what sociologists call internalized control. You don't need guards or punishments or even the pain anymore. The person polices themselves. That's why Hunter spirals when he fails. That's why he panics at the idea of disappointing Bellows. The punishment doesn't have to happen. He anticipates the pain and internalizes it. Then there's the fact that Hunter discovers he's a Grim Walker. Replaceability changes everything. He's not the first. He's not unique. He's replaceable. That's absolutely horrifying. If you believe you can be replaced, you overperform, you comply harder, you erase yourself faster. Hunter's perfectionism isn't ambition, it's survival. If he's only valuable when useful, then what happens if he fails? When he fails? The next thing I'm going to mention is isolation. His isolation prevented him from questioning this system to begin with. Bellows isolated him. Isolation makes ideology feel like the truth. No peers, no alternative viewpoints, no competing belief systems. When Hunter meets Luz in the Hex Squad, that's not just friendship. That's exposure to a competing worldview. And exposure destabilizes indoctrination. That's why Hollow Mind hits like a psychological earthquake. It's not just betrayal, it's a full deconstruction. His entire belief system shattering at once, and he doesn't know how to handle it. Like I said before, the tragedy isn't just what Bellows did, It's that Hunter believes he deserves it. Even after he leaves, even after he knows the truth, he still polices himself, doubts himself, still expects the punishment. Because when you're raised in a system like that, the authority might leave, but the voice, the internal voice, that stays. Hunter's healing and redemption arc works because it isn't instant. It's all about unlearning. Unlearning, I have to earn love. Pain makes me better. If I fail, I disappear. When he stands up to Bellows, it's not just rebellion. It's self-definition. For the first time, he wants something because he really wants it. That's what long-term institutional control does. Recovery isn't just, you're safe now. It's unlearning the belief, I'm only worthy if I perform. That's why Hunter's healing arc feels earned. That's why it feels real.